Hey you! Are you tired of playing as characters that are completely fictional in these mascot kart racers? Oh boy, another round of Mario Kart. Guess I ought to play as Mario again. Those character rosters are stupidly limited. Well, I've got just the game for you. Introducing Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. But people who don't like overcomplicating things call it SRB2K. Wow! Look at this astonishingly endless supply of racers! Now you can play as characters that better represent you. All of your favorite content creators are here in the race. Your good friends are even in this game. That's right, those people you talk to extremely frequently. So come on down to SRB2K today to play as whoever you'd like, because just like an actual big budget crossover, everyone's here. Except for you. You're not in this game. This looks stupid. Who would play this? Only a complete fanboy lunatic would play this cheap-looking knockoff.
Oh, man! That SRB2 game is hype! It's so much fun!
What in the... Oh, you again? I'm not against your presence, but you were in the last video. Wait a second. Don't tell me you've been playing that cheap Mario Kart bootleg that I keep seeing ads for.
First off, not a bootleg. It's free. It costs no money. Second, it's stupidly fun. Why do you think I told you to play it when I left your room last time?
What do you mean you... Wait a second.
We're gonna get everything right back like a game. You'll get it, fun. Not the way Sonic Robo Blast time.
No.
Hate to be that guy, but honestly, you're missing out.
Oh, I'm missing out? I'm not even in this game when it advertises that everyone else I know is in the game. It's easier for you to say because you're actually in it.
Okay, I'm not that biased. Second, you missed that very small asterisk right next to everyone is here. And besides, it's stupidly easy for you to actually get in.
Oh, how do I get in?
Well, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is climb the mountain.
Oh, is that it?
Yep, that's all you gotta do.
Huh. Okay, well, it shouldn't be that hard. Fuck me, it was that hard. Now what?
Who the heck are you and what are you doing up here?
I've come for the privilege of being in that new funny kart game that I won't stop seeing on live broadcasting.
Okay, but first, you must give me a big old kiss.
What?
You gotta do it.
I literally just met you.
You can't back out of this.
Upon making contact with you, I would be fried like a damn chicken nugget.
Your stamina is admirable, but I'm also disappointed. Just take the damn character sprite and get off on the mountain.
So I'm Ryder, the owner of the very YouTube channel that you're watching right now. And this is pretty freaking cool.
Will you go already?
Yes. Doom, an action-packed shooter with a revolutionary 3D perspective established by Wolfenstein on top of being an addicting level-based shooter. But I wish it was a Sonic game. Sonic Robo Blast 2, a seriously impressive fan game using the Doom engine as a mod that was playable for as far back as 1998. Damn. The game had been worked on for many years after that and has evolved to one of the most popular Sonic fan games out of all 2,000 plus of them. It's quite a well-made 3D Sonic fan game, especially for the engine it was built on. Is it my favorite? Yeah, no. I like it and respect it a lot, and it's a quality fan game for sure, but there are aspects to it that I really don't vibe with as much as other Sonic games, like what is this boss fight? But that's a story for another video. My point here is that a group of people saw this and wanted to turn into Mario Kart. Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart, SRB2K for short. People call this a mod of a mod, which it is, even though you don't need Doom in order to play either Sonic Robo Blast 2 or Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. Developed by the talented folks over at Kart Crew. Now, why am I dedicating a whole video to this fan project? I'm in it. But also, this game is quite an interesting topic. It serves not only as a quality fan game, but this is also an insanely popular mod pool. Holy shit, the modding scene for this game is insane. This game is just a crazy mod haven, and I want to rave about it. But calm down, me. Don't eat the whole cracker in one giant crunch. We gotta nibble our way to that tasty middle. Let's talk about Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart as it comes with your Happy Meal.
You know, it's just a bit of a shame that I don't have anyone else to play the base game with. I mean, there are absolutely no base game lobbies online. They're all filled with mods, so this is a little unfortunate. Hey, what's up? Ah, great. It's Devil Warp Star. Wait a second. Is it just me or does your voice sound different? Oh yeah, so I went to the doctor recently and they said that I had some kind of gadget thing stuck in my throat, so I had to get surgery to take it out. But they let me keep the gadget. You want to see it? Oh, dear lord, no, I don't want to see that. Too late. Oh my god. Now I'm scarred for life. Yeah. How do you think I felt? Oh, jeez. Well, all that aside, I'm actually working on a review for a game, and it would actually be really helpful if you could actually come play with me and help me out with the review, since, you know, you're living in my house and all that. And he's gone. Well, I guess that won't work out.
I mean, I didn't say
Oh my god, jeez.
So booting up the game gives you a fairly standard menu, a number of expected features you'd see in a kart racer, like options. I love me those options. But the two playable modes are obviously multiplayer and time attack. Yeah, there's no single-player Grand Prix mode, sadly. I assume AI racers weren't programmed into this game, so our main single-player romp is here with the time attack mode, where you can play each course to go for the fastest time and race dev times. Most of my time with multiplayer in this game has been modding the absolute shit out of it, so you'll have to bear with me as I attempt to describe the base game with what I'm given on a silver platter. SRB2K is a kart racer. Could you tell? It's funny because Sonic is at the forefront of this game's title, and the game's aesthetics are very Sonic themed, but the game itself doesn't really feel like a Sonic racer. The best way I can describe the gameplay is if it was a hybrid of the older Mario Kart games and the modern elements of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What do I mean by this? Well, I'll just have to explain. You can hit the gas, steer, apply the brakes, and use items and drift. Those first three things are standard for any racing game, but drifting is usually different depending on the kart racer. In this game, it works a lot like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed if you want to be peculiar. You don't jump like in Mario Kart, but your drift can charge up to 3 tiers. First is a small blue spark boost. Second takes a little longer for the orange sparks, but gives you a satisfactory launch around the corner. But if you happen to drift for such a long time, you can get the fabled rainbow sparks, which gives you a really lengthy boost forward if you manage to execute a complete drift. This is really hard to achieve because getting rainbow sparks basically requires you to make a 270-degree turn. But man, it is so gratifying being able to show that you managed to drift well enough through that entire spiral of a turn. Drifting in general in this game has to be one of my favorites in a kart racer. It doesn't really feel much like a drift since it's not really used for cutting corners, but it's very much a risk-reward thing for the extra speed, which is a nice change of pace in terms of drifting, and it's perfect for 90-degree angle turns. Despite the drifting being very similar to modern Mario Kart, There is no trick system for jumping off ramps, which is a feature that was not introduced until Mario Kart Wii. Quite unfortunate, since that means you're doing a lot of waiting if you jump off a big ramp, but I guess the older Mario Karts didn't have it, I guess. I mean, even Crash Team Racing had a feature where if you jumped off a ramp, you'd get a small boost when you touch the ground, so it's a little unfortunate that ramps don't do much in this game aside from having boost panels on them and providing some spectacle. On the topic of things like older Mario Kart, the game itself, since it runs on the Doom engine, looks like a 3D version of Super Mario Kart. Definitely makes it stand out from the other kart racers out there, which are typically fully 3D. This game uses 2D sprites for characters and objects as opposed to 3D models. And then there are the items. There's quite the interesting selection in this one. And by that I mean it's extremely similar to Mario Kart's roster. We have a standard boost via the sneakers, which allow you to get a burst of speed and access off-road shortcuts. There's also rocket shoes that act like golden mushrooms. Then there's stuff like spike balls, which act like your green shells. Torpedoes are your red shells. Bananas are bananas. Bombs are, take a guess, bombs. We also have fake item boxes. Invincibility is here and very flashy. You can also turn giant for some reason. And of course, the blue shell equivalent. The only item that's seemingly different is this bomb attack that shoots out 5 at once, like Mario's fireball item in Double Dash. However, these items do function somewhat differently to how they do in Mario Kart. Bananas are pretty nerfed in this game compared to Mario Kart. Normally, you can hold them out for defense, and while you can do that in this game, if you hold them out for longer than like 3 seconds, you'll start moving slower, encouraging you to pull out the bananas only when necessary. I really like this change.
Hey, could you pass me that banana from over there? I'm really hungry. I need something to eat. Oh, yeah, sure. No problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you. No, this banana kind of looks like it's starting to turn a little. You sure this thing's okay to eat? I'm sure it's fine. I'll see how I feel when I hold it. And I'll pass it over here so I... What in the... God, this thing is so heavy. Ugh, I can't move. Oh my God, are you okay? Ugh, my blood pressure's spiking. Quick, call an ambulance. Okay, stay calm. Alright, let me whip out my phone. Alright, I'm dialing 911. Alright. It's ringing. Alright, don't worry. Alright.
Hello, and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path.
Spike balls not only always spin around you, which makes them fairly inconsistent in terms of defense unless you have 4 of them, but they hit like a truck, sometimes sending you flying backwards depending on the impact of them, which makes them more powerful than the torpedoes, which still home on to opponents, but they can also track opponents through walls. But that's not a good thing, since they can crash straight into a wall and explode, meaning you're going to have to wait to use the torpedo until your opponent is right in sight. A welcome change that makes them way less overpowered than in Mario Kart. I think one of the biggest things is that the blue shell equivalent can actually be outran with skillful driving. Nothing can stop it from reaching you, but if you drive well enough, you can finish the race without it touching you. Keep in mind this is challenging, but hey, if you're good enough, you can outrun it. And I quite like that. Oh, and fake items are far more devastating. They're quite obvious if they're fake or not, but if you run into one, it'll spin like a roulette like normal before hitting you with the... You idiot! You actually fell for it! You're gonna die! Accept your fate. I really like what they did with the items in this game. Somehow it feels more frantic and skillful than Mario Kart at the same time, which is strange, but I really dig it. It's just the right amount of chaotic and balanced. But what about the tracks themselves? Well, you'll be happy to know that the vast, and I do mean vast, majority of them are incredibly good. There's hardly a track in the base game selection that I dislike. All of the original ones are pretty quality tracks with good design and great opportunities for shortcuts.
The theming is off the charts for some of these. We do have a number of standard circuit tracks, but we also have a number of tracks that are Sonic themed, like a number of classic Sonic locales, and even stuff like Chow race courses, and even a track based off of Egg Quarters from Sonic Adventure 2, which is really cool. But we also have a lot of tracks that don't focus on a specific Sonic theme. Some of my favorites include a track where you drive through a hotel, where you go to check into your room, go out to the pool area, and go out into the forest before looping back to the entrance of the hotel. Then we have a track made out of Mega Blocks, which is really charming. There's also one that takes place in a regal castle, which is definitely one of my favorites. It's very pretty. And we even have a Dr. Robotnik nightclub with flashy colors. How cool, I dig this. This game also includes one of my favorite features from the newer Mario Kart games and has a number of one-lap courses, or point A to point B courses, and they're amazing. How about a trip through an entire airport? This stage rocks. But one of my favorites by far is this stage where you start outside in a desert and raid an ancient tomb, going deeper and deeper until you reach a giant ring at the finish line like you've discovered the temple's secret treasure. It's so cool what they were able to accomplish by making modifications of pissing Doom, of all things, on old 1993 computers. We even have some tracks from a number of other kart racers, not just Sonic. Of course, we have a number of tracks from Mario Kart, although Frosted Glacier is the worst stage in the entire game. Seriously, why is this even here? This course sucks! But we do have Mario Kart Super Circuit Rainbow Road, which is very fitting for this game, actually. The shortcut potential in this course is insane. We even have some tracks from non-Mario Kart racing games, like Konami Crazy Racers. Okay, didn't expect that. Point is, the track selection in this game is excellent, and if there's a course I dislike, it's likely because it's from another game and that track was bad in that game. Sure, there are some courses I like much more than others, but the fact that there are basically none that I outright don't like is impressive. I should mention that playing the time attack courses does unlock some of these tracks, like getting enough medals unlocks the Egg, Chow, and SMK Cups, which I thought were actual Grand Prix matches, but nah, they're just the tracks. Well, at least there's incentive to play the game by yourself. And that's that. Downloading the game by itself is still a shockingly quality racing game, and even though it doesn't really feel like a Sonic game after a while, that's kinda okay. I'm still really impressed with this game. Alright, there's a battle mode too. I'ma drop a hot take. Battle modes aren't really my thing when it comes to kart racers. I like them sometimes, but I only really play them when I want a slight break from the racing, and even then, I'm just not that huge on them. I like Battle Mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thanks to the large amount of modes, but standard balloon battle matches aren't really my thing, which is the basis for SRB2K's Battle Mode. Now, SRB2K has a good Battle Mode. Heck, if you didn't like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's fast food format of battle mode where you had to get as many points as possible within a time limit, you'll like this a lot more. In fact, this works like Mario Kart 64's battle mode. It's a game of elimination. If you slap a character 3 times with an item, they're out. Although they can still play and even get back in the game if they either drive into an opponent as a bomb or give items to 2 players. But they'll only come back with a single gem blocker thing. I don't know what these are called. There's an exclusive item to the battle mode too. The spring. It lets you jump. Revolutionary. Also, when there's a decent number of players, there's a feature where the game will plaster a wanted sign on the bottom right of the screen with the face of the player that's in first, as if to say, "Get his ass!" Listen, I'm not really a battle mode kind of guy, but I definitely see this as a quality battle mode. If you're a battle mode aficionado, you'll probably really dig this mode, which a lot of the people in my friend group aren't. Come on, guys, just this once, please. I'm trying to record footage for this mode, please. There you go, you get to be in the video again. And that's SRB2K. But we're not even close to done yet.
You're absolutely right about that. What the? Shadow? How did you get in here? You forgot to mention the fact that I'm playable in the game too. What do you... Oh, right. So there's an add-on that I believe comes pre-installed with the game where if you manually enable it in-game, you can unlock extra characters like Shadow, Rouge, other modern Sonic characters, the works. Completely forgot about that. Good thing we mentioned it here. Are you gonna go now? No, I'm going to stay here for a while. Wait, Why? Because I can. Suit yourself. Now let's make the game batshit insane.
What the hell am I even playing? This game is a modding paradise. This game is already a mod of a mod, so when you add even more mods to this game, it becomes unstoppable.
Huh. You know, while I'm out and about, this would actually be a great time to take to Twitter to ask my loyal followers and friends for some mod suggestions. Let's see here. I'll whip up a tweet real quick.
Wait a minute. What's a tweet?
Oh, wow! It's the totally legitimate and real Freddy Fazbear. I bet he has a mod for this game too. Well, Freddy, in case you didn't know, a tweet is a short little post made by someone for the entire internet to see, and people can interact with it and reply to it.
Why isn't it just called a post?
Ah, well, you see, Freddy, it's called a tweet because the logo for the site is a little birdie that tweets. When you make a post, you're tweeting out a message for people to see.
I think Twitter is dead. Nothing came up for it. Oh my god! Nothing's coming up for it. I think the site might be dead.
Yeah, and my ex left me last night. What else is new?
First, I want to list a very basic mod first. There's a mod application called Moe's Mansion that bumps the game's frame rate to 60 frames per second or higher. This is normally a game that runs at 35 FPS, but bumping it up makes things a lot more smooth. For the most part, because the mods and the internet connection can still tank this game's frame rate. Now then, you've probably already noticed the abundance of new characters. Getting new character mods in this game is so easy that even I'm in this pissing game. I mean, this is the sprite sheet. Even if you don't know how to make and code the mod yourself, you can commission a talented artist to make one for you for around $50, like I did. But that depends on what kind of commission you're doing. There's no definitive price for these things, but making a character with asymmetrical sprites, and especially ones with a custom Kart sprite, will likely cost much more. But then again, that depends on who you commission, their prices may range, but I'm really happy with the mod I have here. Yet with how easy this game is to mod, this game has become a crossover swamp. Pretty much any character you could think of in fiction likely has a character mod in SRB 2K. Mario, Kirby, Crash, Mega Man, Pokemon, other Sonic characters, even indie franchises like Lilac from Freedom Planet, Spark the Electric Jester, and anything else you can really think of. It is insane how any fictional character you could think of has like an 80% chance of already being in this game. And if you're a somewhat famous content creator, chances are you are already probably in this game. The game automatically has a recolor system that lets you play as every character with a vast variety of colors, so you can choose which part of your character gets the alt color treatment, hence why my hair is green on the sprite sheet. And there is also an update that gives characters a hidden second alt color that you have to activate via commands. Doesn't work for all servers though, so you'll have to ensure you enable it. But yeah, I can have a purple sweater just like my me. How rad is that? And when there's custom characters, that also means there's custom tracks. Look at this pretty map called Yukai Mountain. I don't know what it's from, but I like it. Here we have Puyo Puyo Gardens with Puyo trampolines and Puyo walls. Splashdown Zone is a very epic one-lap track with multiple differently colored environments. Someone get this Sonic 4 music out of my ears. Of course, we have more Mario Kart tracks like Airship Fortress from Mario Kart DS, one of my favorites for sure. Huge Crisis. Yeah, I'm having a huge crisis going through this too. Oh wow, even Pirate Island from Sonic Rush Adventure is here. Cool seeing a 3D version of this stage. And on the topic of Sonic Rush, here's a track dedicated to the first game's special stage. Oh, and here's also Water Palace and Desert Level. Got a track based off of Samba de Amigo, and we even have a Super Monkey Ball track, my favorite. Oh no, I'm dead serious. He's my child. Don't you dare touch him, or I'll know.
Here's something interesting. There's a track or battle stage for pretty much every Pizza Tower stage. Now that's just downright impressive. It nails the style too. There's way more than what I've listed, including stages that make me want to purchase a weapon. But the stage variety is also off the charts in the modding scene, just like the absurd amount of character mods for the game.
Now, with different stages and characters, that's a lot of content that makes for one of the most replayable and jam-packed racers out there. That's already enough to keep this game replayable forever. But we just can't be satisfied in this house. Yeah, there's also a ton of mods that outright changes the gameplay and adds new items too. There's a lot of gameplay changes we modded in, so let me just go over some custom items first. Here's a basic one, a cannon that you can shoot bombs out of. That's pretty neat. Here's a spike ball in a literal piss jar. You throw the piss jar at someone and you get a spike ball. How fun. How about a fire shield that not only protects you from fire temporarily, but also lets you dash forward really quickly? That may just be more useful than the electric shield, actually. Oh, here's a good one. Did you miss that classic Mario Kart bullshit? Well, here's a blue shell. It functions exactly the same and nothing can stop it. It's great. Now here is the craziest one. Minecraft axe. Now then, let's talk about a number of gameplay changes that you can mod into the game. There's a lot to go over. One basic mod that is simple yet effective are mods that give more detailed counters to different aspects. You can have a meter that shows your exact drift level and how close you are to each drift tier. And there are also effect timers for spinning out or having invincibility. That's always a very nice thing, very simple, but it helps out a lot. Another interesting mod is the inclusion of secondary items, not the ability to hold 2 items at once, though I'm sure that's a thing you can mod into the game. Double items with your next item box grab, an increase in speed, bumping your opponents with more force, making your drift sparks charge up faster, banana rain, yeah, they really have it all. This is a simple inclusion, but I like it. One of my favorite mods, without a doubt, are trick mods. This is what I was looking for, something to spice up gameplay in midair, and there's a vast variety of different types of trick mods. One of my favorites is one called Acro Basics. It's very simple. You hold the button in midair and it charges a meter. Land it as close to the small purple line as possible for a big boost when you land. Go too high and you'll spin out, and don't charge the meter when you land either because you'll spin out from that too. But this one is super satisfying, and due to the speed you can get from this, the drift even changes to give you a much larger burst forward due to the fact that you could be going too fast to make a turn in a stage that wasn't designed with this mechanic in mind. I love this system, it's so simple yet so effective. There's also a trick mod that works exactly how tricks worked in Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Rush, which works surprisingly well for this game. Gives this even more of a Sonic feeling. Then we have this interesting trick system that has a lot of components to it. See, basically you have to get this line in the white area as many times as possible while you're in the air, which gives you a better trick. But it doesn't always result in a boost. Instead, in the beginning of a race, you can choose what effect it gives you and your tricks will charge that ability. We have Store, the one I use most frequently, which stores a slight boost that you can use when it's charged up a bit. You can also charge a better drift. Augment is, I believe, a standard boost when you land. Hi, this is post-editing Ryder here. I wanted to correct this. So it in fact does not give you a better boost when you land. What Augment actually does is it makes you faster depending on how high the charge is, and it increases the speed of your vehicle until you either run into something or until you get hit by an item, in which it will then start decreasing, and when it hits 0 your engine will be back to normal speed. But yeah, I wanted to correct that because I apparently did not do research. Please continue enjoying the video. And then there's even a peel out. It's really interesting to see all these different ideas for a trick mechanic, and I quite like all of these. Custom death animations, this one's simple, but I like dying in different ways. I'm a variety kind of guy after all. Looks like I'm not gonna make this turn. I must accept my fate. Now here's a mod I really like, an HP mod. It's exactly as it sounds. You have a set amount of HP, and you'll take damage by bumping into walls, falling off the course, sticking in off-road territory for too long, and of course, getting hit by items. Run out of HP and you're gone from the game. It's a simple mod, but it completely changes the entire dynamic of the game, encouraging you to play the game more skillfully, yet also cautiously. You can no longer tank hits from hazards and excuse poor driving. You have to be aware of everything you're doing, and that makes races so much more intense. You get healed each lap, but you still need to use that HP wisely, ensuring you have enough to make it through the race to the end, because nothing worse than that. I've talked about a lot of mods, but there's one more I want to talk about that completely changes the ecosystem of this game: the weather mod. See, the weather is normally quite average, but this timer up here changes everything. When this timer hits 0, not only does the skybox change to the listed weather, but it affects gameplay too, ranging from slight differences to complete mayhem. These lead to absurd results. Let's list some examples, shall we? Twinkle Star doubles the items you pick up, that's pretty simple. Sunset makes it to where you boost as you drift, which brings snaking back with a vengeance. Snowy weather makes the whole track slippery to traverse, because we love ice physics. Then suddenly we can get plunged into a parallel universe where we return back to Mario Kart roots where you jump whenever you drift, which should be beneficial for some of these tracks until you realize none of these tracks are designed with a jump item, so that's an extra delay before you boost. Dimension increases the size of players. Yay. Disaster. Everything is random. Run for your lives. Aw, damn it, I'm tiny. Let's see. Typhoon makes you immune to hazards. Superstar. We got Hail, which has boulders falling from the sky. Toy Kingdom makes things bounce. Stop, you're giving me PTSD. I got soft locked here. Then we have Sync Rain. What the hell is a sync rain? Bunch of F's falling from the sky. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Oh. Oh my god, he's dead. What the? He's in the back of the line? How'd that happen? He got murdered by a kitchen sink. The weather mod is crazy. I didn't even list everything that could happen, but it completely changed each race and adds more to the chaos of SRB 2K that cannot be stopped. Man, that was a lot of mods.
I don't think I could cover any more even if I wanted to. Well, guess I'm done for now. Hi, I'm a representative from Nintendo, and I'm here to tell you that the next Nintendo console will be eradicating Mii's from existence. What? Yep, we no longer need them. We're long past the Wii days, and not enough people are using them in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or any other game on the Switch, so yes, we are going to be killing them. All of them. But you can't! Look, Your time is over. No more Miis. We're taking them all and throwing them in the garbage. Including you. No! You can't! Yes, I can. You do not own the Mii property. No. This can't be. Accept your fate.
Do a cross throw. Straight ass cross throw. Ooh.
No. What is he doing? He's emitting a large amount of energy. Does he have a power? So, you want to get rid of something people love, don't you? Well, I guess I'll just have to show you the consequences of your actions. What on earth? What's happening? Where did he... Oh! How does he have this power? Our company created your kind. We can easily take them out. Impossible. Is he invincible? I've had enough of big corporations doing products we love no good. It ends here.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Yeah, so I wanted to mention one more. You can get the Master Emerald itself and transform into a super form, because yes, I can do that. It's basically a more powerful invincibility box, and it lasts for a bit longer and makes you feel really cool. Just don't use it on a turn or else. After everything I've established, SRB2K sounds like a chaotic clusterfuck of a game. Because it is. I know a lot of it has to do with mods, but this is one of the most chaotic games I've played in a hot minute. It makes for a great party game. I know me describing all of this makes the game very hard to comprehend, but all I can really say is go download the game for yourself and download a bunch of mods to your heart's content and have your friends do the same thing, and you'll be in for a good time. This game is so easy to mod that it's as simple as dropping mods into the add-on folder and enabling them in-game. SRB2K isn't something I'd call a flawless kart racer on its own, but it's definitely one of the most fun kart racers ever. Even without modding it, it's an insanely well-made game that stands tall in quality next to Mario Kart. With mods, it's without question. This is one of the wildest kart racers in the industry, and it was made out of a damn shooty gun game. There seems to be even more incoming since they're also making a sequel called Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers, so that'll be fun to check out whenever it releases. As for now though, definitely download Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. It's loads of fun, and even if you can't mod it, you'll get some enjoyment out of racing through some really impressive tracks for what this game is running on.
So, that's Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. Honestly, even if I didn't commission myself into the game via mods, I'd still find it plenty enjoyable. It's even inspired thousands of other talented modders to perfect their craft in designing some excellent tracks or other assets for the game, and that is absolutely commendable. Sir, you do realize that you have just used hundreds upon hundreds of mods for SRB2K in the video, and you forgot to credit each and every single one of the creators of said mods for the game? That is a very good point. It's not like I intended on not crediting them. Tell it to the judge. Jeez Louise, why'd I have to come to work on my birthday? I hereby find Ryder, the owner of the Platinum Warp Star YouTube channel, guilty for not crediting all of the creators of the mods shown in the SRB2K video, for without them, the video would not have been possible and the mods would not exist. I sentence you to 4 months in prison. Is there anything else you have to say? Shoutouts to all of the wonderfully talented mod creators for this game. I would high five every single one of you. Shit. Huh. What are you in here for? Devil Warp Star? I'm in here because I'm incompetent. How'd you end up in here? Oh yeah, I didn't pay the hospital bill for the surgery I talked about. Ah. So, Halloween's coming up, no? You doing a special this year? It depends. Life's busy, got a lot on my mind. People come and go, got a lot of people to meet, ideas to flesh out. Deadlines scare me sometimes, you know? Oh, I see what you did there. That pun was not intended. We should probably get out of here. Don't you have a super form that you discovered recently? Huh? Oh, that. That was purely instinctual. Doubt I can activate it again. What in the... Alright, I found a way out. Let's go. What? The bastard just activated it on command! What a tease. Hey, do you have a minute? Not if you still plan on wiping me's from existence. Nah, I wanted to apologize. It isn't beneficial for our company to erase an entire brand from existence. I mean, that's losing an entire load of money right there. Well, I'm glad you realized that. Sure, it made sense due to the fact that Miitopia and Nintendo Switch Sports sold pretty well when those were released, so perhaps it'd be beneficial for y'all to make a Switch port of Tomodachi Life. Nah, that's too much effort.